here at NoBrainR Racing doing a shop tour. And so Kirk helped me out with the M3.
The Ultimate M.
The Ultimate M. And we're working on making sure that it's ready for the track, or at least safe for the track. And
Safe for the track.
We're building an equipment list so we know what we need, and a maintenance list and prioritizing and so on and so forth. And so of course Kirk is no stranger to the track, no stranger to the tools. And this guy here actually just came back from Targa Newfoundland. So can you tell me a little bit about your trip to Targa?
It was crazy.
Crazy?
Absolutely crazy. Did things on roads that people shouldn't just do.
Yeah, so what is Targa anyway?
1,600 kilometers all around Newfoundland, the beautiful province of Newfoundland. And you race in closed stages, closed roads. They take the public roads and they close them. It's pretty crazy. When you're booking it, doing about $1.80, and you see a speed limit sign for 30 kilometers an hour or 50 kilometers an hour, you think to yourself, what's over that ride?
Yeah, no
But
kidding.
anyways, it's I've got some in-car video.
So you have those little yellow signs with the caution turn like 40 kilometers an hour. And you're going like 200.
You're not even seeing those. You're not even seeing those.
Yeah, they just blur by.
So
So I guess your navigator here. I'm just gonna take a look over here. You've got Mr. Corey Proser and you, Mr. Kirk Jones. This is the race setup, and so you built this car yourself?
Yep, everything.
So tell us a little bit about what it took to get this together.
245 days.
245 days, and I don't want to ask how much money.
245 days. I'm not going to talk about what the investment was. I think the investment in time actually was probably more.
Yeah.
If I was to pay myself in the hours, I don't know what that would be. But it was basically pretty much every weekend from October of 2016. Every weekend and lots of evenings, and a week or two of vacation tucked in there as well. Basically, this car has been completely stripped, completely gutted, top to bottom, and fully caged, all put back together again. And
yeah, so it has a full roll cage in there.
Full SCCA 6-point roll cage in there, welded in, and the spare panels. I don't know if you can see the spare panels, but it'll maybe be hard to see, but you've got the spare tires in there, you got a panel, you got the fire extinguisher, you got the safety equipment on the other side, the safety and so forth. But
you have all the comms in there as well.
yeah, all the communication for the driver and the navigator, and then of course on the other side you've got, if you look in there, you've got the navigation kit over there.
So no, look at that. You've got, is that neon there?
Yeah, that's LED.
Oh, there you go. You've got the lead.
It's the factory LED, man.
That probably adds what, 20 horsepower?
Absolutely, absolutely. And all the stickers are worth about 50.
Yeah, 50 horsepower
right?
for the stickers.
Yeah.
Oh, this is sweet. I'll take a look inside. And so you're pretty strapped in there.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere.
No.
After 6 days in the car at Targa Newfoundland, of being 6 days, my collarbones and my hips were pretty tender after sitting strapped into the car for 1,600 kilometers, because you're buckled right in. You're basically in a full race. Right?
Like, there's not many places around the world these days where you can actually race on city streets like that.
There's only 3 Targas in the world. Right? There's actually a new one in Mexico that I just heard about. Actually, I heard about it from the guys that I was racing in Targa, called the Chihuahua, and it's in Mexico, and it's just across the border from San Antonio, in Chihuahua, Mexico. And I'm very intrigued by it, because what they do is you basically drop into a hotel. There's a hotel there. And instead of running around all over the place and doing a bunch of cross-country stuff, you're based in the same hotel, and your pit crews and everything's one night. And what they do is they go out east one way, north one section, and west the other one. But it's, instead of having, like, Targa only has about 400 kilometers of closed course, this has somewhere in the order of 800 kilometers, 900 kilometers of closed.
So 800 kilometers, which is how many miles would that be?
Over 3 days, so 500 miles.
500 miles.
It's only 3 days, but I think it's
probably easier for your chase crew too, right? Like they're not.
Yes, you're coming back to the same place evening, but it's pretty crazy. I haven't done it. I met a guy that did, and he was going back to do it. He was going back with the GT3 Porsche, and I looked up last year's winners. And last year's winner of the Chihuahua was a 2015 Volkswagen Golf GTI.
There you go.
So I'm pretty sure the R will hold its own, and give them.
There you go. So if anybody wants to enter the Chihuahua and they need a race car build, you know who to contact. NoBrainR Racing here. So it looks like you got quite a few sponsors there too on the car. So that's one thing about the car community. Everybody pulls together, right?
Yep. Yeah, no. So the whole emphasis behind the car was to raise mental awareness for mental health. I was really fortunate when I was in Newfoundland. There was some great folks there that I forget his name, Ryan, the CBC guy from the weather. He was really good. Did a bit of a four spot on CBC promoting the awareness for mental health. And we still have the charity. The charity's still active, and next year there's going to be another adventure. We're just sort of working out what that is, and we're going to be creating more awareness, and that's really what it comes down to.
I like it though, being able to take your racing, community and bring it back to the community for a good cause. That's awesome.
Yeah, and the other thing is too is that it's an easy conversation. It's an easy conversation. People need to talk about it, and they're like, oh, you're racing for mental health.
Yeah.
Oh, well, my brother or my sister or my mother.
Yeah, exactly.
And the conversation ensues, and then the awareness is created, right? And the acceptance, exactly, right?
Yeah.
And you think about it. So you add all the cancers together in Canada, add them all together, and mental health 1.5 times more.
Yeah, it's prevalent
than all the cancers put together. So yes, the cancer guys are, I totally understand it. I have a few people that have lost from cancer and so forth, but mental health, it's just as impactful and just as hard on the economy.
Yeah. So what can you tell me about this beast?
That's Suki.
Suki.
That is Suki. It's a quiet little Corvette.
It looks stock.
It is completely stock.
I'm sure it is.
It's absolutely 100% completely stock. And,
okay, I've got another question for you.
Sure.
Then. What on this vehicle is not stock?
On which one?
The Corvette.
The interior?
The interior is not stock. Okay.
No, the interior is stock. Sorry.
Oh, the interior is stock.
So
that's right.
What did you want?
Yeah. What in the vehicle is actually stock? It's probably easier to say it that way. Yeah.
The interior.
The interior is stock.
The body is stock still.
Body, yeah.
Other than it has a Greenwood package on it, but that came with the car when it was delivered.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's nothing on this car that hasn't been taken off and adjusted.
What kind of horsepower are you making?
Oh, somewhere north of 400. We don't need to share that with everybody. But it's enough. It's enough horsepower that if you're in third gear doing 60 kilometers an hour and you just tromp it, you're gonna light up both tires. You light them up. It's you want to be pointing in the right direction. So.
And over here, of course, we have the hoist and we have my new
M,
the Ultimate M. And so Kirk went through it. We went through the vehicle top to bottom just to kind of make sure we understood what it was from, not only from a basic maintenance point of view, but what do we need to do to make sure that it's going to be safe on the track, because that's ultimately is the importance. For me, of course, I'm not going to be like, going, putting cages in and stuff like that, but the safety yet.
Yes.
Maybe with this car,
yes.
right? Maybe we'll have another project at some point. But yeah, so I really appreciate, having your expertise to be able to come in and look at this car, because it's going to make me feel a lot safer. And now we've got a prioritized list of things that we need to work on. So anyway, I appreciate the support, and I apologize to all the viewers here with the instability here in the video, but hopefully it's not too bad. And I think it's always interesting and to learn from you. And until next time, so thank you.
Anytime. Bring the M back.
Yeah.